Greg, good morning. How you doing?
This time.
Good. That's another edition of Garage Door Politics. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning and welcome to another edition, like Louis
Today,
said.
Sunday, October, whatever. 14th.
It's whatever October.
Yes, Sunday, October 14th,
Anyway, I'm Greg,
2018. My name is Louis.
and we're here to discuss
We
another.
discuss whatever happened this week on the political front.
And not only that, we also had a major hurricane hit the panhandle of Florida, Michael, and we'll touch base on that briefly. I want to touch base. Brett Kavanaugh was affirmed and took his place in the Supreme Court this week, and just want to touch on that just briefly because that was the circus it was. So just to touch briefly now, how does this change America with what happened?
With Kavanaugh,
Yeah, with what happened.
we're going to have the Supreme Court on all the way on the right side.
It's not all the way on the right side. It's split.
Yeah.
It's split 5-4.
Not yet.
But we have a swing vote. Who? Justice Roberts is a swing vote.
It's not an answer. That's no. I always told you from the beginning. I like the guy. I have no problems with him. My only problem is if he's gonna bring, because the way he said the little things that I was able to extract it. He's gonna be politicized.
Well, that's what they're saying now. They're saying the Supreme Court was the
I
last
saw-
bastion that wasn't politicized.
I saw that just when he talked when he was sworn in. He's gonna be politicized in favor of the GOP, and he shouldn't do it
Well, it's
for the sake of the country. We don't need anything more than we already had that we have been trying to straighten it out. We can't have a country divided the way we are.
okay.
Am I right or wrong?
That's right. But also too, you got to remember that the Democrats politicized it pretty hot and heavy during the confirmation. But now that he's on the Supreme Court,
Did they do wrong? Yes,
okay.
they did do wrong.
Okay.
That's my phone.
Oh well, that's Nancy Pelosi sending a message. But anyway, okay. So moving on, the next topic that became really big news this week was what happened to the Washington Post journalist in Turkey.
Yeah, no,
Anyway, this is
he was, because I do believe he was assassinated by the soldiers.
okay. This is
I
what
believe that.
This is what was said today on This Week with George Stephanopoulos. It was from Senator Jeff Flake from Arizona. He said there doesn't seem to be any other explanation that the involvement of Saudi Arabian journalist Jamal Khashoggi's disappearance. They were involved. This sure doesn't seem to be. If there was any other plausible explanation for his disappearance beyond the allegations from Turkish officials that Saudi operatives murder and dismembered him. Now, why would, because evidently this journalist was critical of the Saudi regime.
Oh, he was.
Okay.
He was.
So does that
Now,
give them the right to
see-
do this?
Who's got the right to do that?
Does Saudi Arabia have the right to silence their critics this way?
Well, I told you, they are just following Putin. They are doing what Putin has been doing for 20 years.
But Putin is, doesn't seem to be involvement by Putin.
No. They are just following the idea.
Okay.
Now, they have got to a point they do it in a way that Putin has been doing. They don't have that knowledge yet. They are trying to get it. They may have to get going to Moscow and having a class with Putin teaching them.
So that's your conspiracy theory. Okay. Okay, my theory was that, well, is that, yeah, I believe they assassinated him.
Oh, of course.
But how come Turkey won't turn over the tapes they allegedly have of him?
I saw this morning.
Are they
They were talking, but now how the heck they got this in a foreign?
Well, they bugged it. They bugged it. They got the U.S. Embassy bugged in Istanbul also.
They all have everything bugged.
So they actually say that they have tapes. Plus,
yeah, but see, if they show it, the problem is, how did you get the tapes? Now they're gonna be in trouble. They're already in plenty trouble.
Now you're opening up a can of something.
Pandora box.
But what do you think? Donald Trump had an interview saying that if it comes to find out that the Saudis murdered him, there's going to be grave consequences for the Saudis.
That's the problem. He's saying it now, and I just said, he can't get out of the arms deals with the Saudis. It's a lot of money. And that carries a lot of other things, a lot of jobs for American people who know the system, how to deal with the weapons that the soldiers have to pay for. As I would say, a collateral income for the United States.
Well, yeah, I understand that, but Marco Rubio was on earlier today too.
Yeah, I saw that.
Saying that the money shouldn't be an issue with this.
It's gotta be, unfortunately.
Well, it's, so money trumps everything.
Oh, the heck, has been that like that since they invented the word money.
So where do we go from here with in terms of dealing with
Saudi Arabia?
So what do we do?
I don't know, because see, the problem is, I think it's $14 billion? The deal with the arms.
It's quite a bit. Yeah.
Nearby that.
Right.
And that's gonna generate at least $10 million a month.
At least.
At least. From that deal. And as Trump said, and I agree with him.
You do?
Oh, I do. Many times I agree with him.
I'm going to take your temperature.
Might be 187.
I don't know. It might be nearby something. Anyway.
No, I agree with him because this is a situation I have seen him down to earth.
Okay. Even though he doesn't like journalists in general.
But, see, now he's taking the position, for the guy,
right,
who is not even American citizen.
Well, he was a resident, a U.S. resident.
Like me.
Right.
Now, that was amazing me because I have seen now for 3 days, he has been talking. Now, the problem is, in the Arab world, the Arab, Saudi Arabia has been the most trustful country for the United States in many, many ways.
That's correct. I agree with that.
So it's gonna see that's the time I look at. I said, yeah, heck, Trump is gonna have one of the worst situation with going against Saudi Arabia because
so
of
you're saying
this guy.
There's a little fine line that you don't want to cross.
I think the Saudis did.
Do you think they crossed that line? I believe so too. And I believe that we need to get down to the bottom of this, even if it requires sanctions. And
Yeah, but we can't do the sanctions.
we're gonna,
Then
well, then, are we gonna let everybody get away with this?
everybody dies it.
Oh, okay.
Don't you see? Putin has been doing that for over 20 years in Russia.
Well, not only that, he's been doing it in Britain too. So
Well, now, but it's the same situation. He's not just doing Britain, he's doing anywhere he can find the guys who are against him, what he considers the enemy of his regime. Isn't that what Putin's first job was?
I
An
understand.
assassin
Okay.
for the KGB, because that's what the Soviet Empire did. Somebody say something against us, Putin, go over there. He is a very good professional, and now the other countries are trying to learn from him.
So the bottom line is we have to wait and see what Turkey's going to do with this evidence that they allegedly have. So that's going to be probably
That's another situation.
right. We're going to have to wait on that. Okay.
Turkey at this point, they have been hit so hard by the United States.
Well, that's why they released.
That's why they
pastor.
released the
pastor.
pastor.
Right.
That no. And I have seen throughout the years that the Turkish government, in our way and another, they have been targeting American citizens here and there for whatever they go there for.
Right. And their track record.
Am I?
is not
Am
very
I
good.
wrong?
No, you're not wrong. But their track record and
It's not
good.
that
But
good.
I just want to see if they turn the evidence over to the
Wow.
United States. So
Listen, I have
We'll-
seen
we'll
that for
find
3
out.
days now,
we'll see.
and they haven't turned
Yeah,
out anything.
Yeah, not yet.
Just ba 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 ba. We have this, we have that. What the heck? Show it.
Okay. All right.
They want. You know why?
Why?
They want concessions for us from
Oh.
the United States.
Okay, well, that remains to be seen. Okay, the next big topic was Hurricane Michael striking the
Oh my
Florida
God.
Panhandle, basically destroying Mexico Beach. Really, putting
70% of the small. It's a small town. Is destroyed.
and when it hit, when the eye came ashore, clocked at 155 miles an hour, and it was just 2 miles short of a Category 5. So
Yeah.
now the debate is global warming. Global
Well,
warming.
Now, Mr. Trump, he keeps saying that's a hoax. He has been saying from the beginning, from the campaign, that's a hoax. There is no. And now, he wants to bring back the mine industry. That's what he's doing in West Virginia.
The coal. Right.
Because we don't need that anymore. We have to figure a way to get those miners a different way of making their own lives. Well, money-wise. We can't go back to the way it was 200 years ago,
Okay.
because now, but see, Trump doesn't understand that, because in his mind it's this is a hoax. Everybody's right. I am the right one. And
Okay.
he's the only one.
Anyway, I pulled up a graph from the last 1,000 years, and it's hard for me to see because I'm going blind. But anyway,
We are getting old.
this
That's
is
the
from the
problem.
last 1,000 years, okay? And we have a warming trend, okay, in the northern hemisphere. And how they do this, they go into the ice packs and they
Yeah.
run tubes down,
Yeah.
and then they can
And they can
Analyze.
trace what analyze through the ice.
anyway.
Uh,
We had warmth. We had in the northern hemisphere. from the year 1000 to the before the 14th century was a warming period for the Earth.
But that was a cycle
And
by,
it was followed.
by Mother Nature.
Let me finish. Let me finish.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Followed by cold periods between the 15th and early 19th century. And then now the Earth of the 20th century is, given the perception of the previous millennia, where the Earth is back into its warming period. So, you know, I understand man has probably contributed to the warming. There's no doubt.
A lot.
But, you know, we're at this point now, the Earth actually goes through cycles because it's a living, breathing
Is
organism.
yes.
Okay, so you're going to have your warm periods, followed by your little ice ages.
Right. Like it happened in the
During-
1700s.
During the Revolutionary War.
Right.
And then-
that's at this time.
And then it coincided, the warming period coincided with the Industrial Revolution.
But see,
But
that's
that's a
the
cycle.
problem we have
It's a
had.
cycle.
I understand the cycles. But now, like the warm period, even 1,000 years ago,
Like the
on a
grass
warming
trees.
situation, we never had on both poles, south and north, for the ice thawing the way it has been.
It has been accelerated.
All because of human activity.
And I believe it contributes, but I also believe the Earth is in a cycle.
I think we got 40% of that
I think
on the warming.
I think the Earth is going through a natural progression.
Oh yeah, no, the Earth by itself is going through cycles like it has been for 4 billion years.
Okay, so what do you think we can do? Because now the scientists came out and they say if we don't do something now, by 2030,
We gotta do it
by 2030,
for
The
our own
coastal-
survival.
the coastal areas are going to disappear
They're gonna.
because the water is going to rise.
By 20 to 30 feet.
And
So no city on the coastal will be able to survive.
so what do you think we should do then?
What we can do, what we have been doing, trying to get out of fossil fuel.
But
That's what we are. We have electrical cars. We are trying to get rid of 40% of our contribution against the environment. Electricity. I do remember back in the 80s on Long Island, there was this small town. They had this facility, electricity generator, that they used to take about the whole Nassau County. How they used to generate electricity? Coal.
Coal's been it. And China
I don't think-
is the worst. China is the worst.
China, Russia
But China is the worst.
is worse, and I keep pointing my finger at the American businessmen.
Okay.
They are the one who got China the way China is today. China was nothing.
Well, I agree. But Marco Rubio said today, this is what needs to be stepped up. Is we
I
need-
got the excerpt, so I don't remember exactly what he said.
but he touched on that too, and
Yeah,
he said
I know.
that yes,
I saw it.
we've taken steps in this country, and we're more solar and wind now than we ever have been before. So
we have to combine solar, we have to combine the wind turbines.
right,
That's what we have to do, so we stop
and then
burning petroleum, coal. But then Trump, with his idea that warming is a hoax, let's go back to the miners, let's get more coal.
Okay.
That's not the way to go.
Al Gore came out this week. Al Gore, our buddy Al Gore, came out this week and he's proposing a carbon tax on companies that do manufacturing. But that might be well and good here. What about China, though? That's the trouble. You can't impose a carbon tax on them.
No. I don't think that, I didn't see that.
Yeah.
But I don't think that's a good idea.
Well, that's
Now, this is something that normally a non-democratic country would do. It's easy.
right. But that's what he proposed, that would help stop some of the problems that we're having with global warming. But it's like I said, you got everybody has to be on board with everything, and that includes the
Imposing
industrialized.
tax doesn't help.
Okay, so that's
Okay,
your
you're gonna
opinion
help
on that.
what? Some people in the government walking to the money. You know that.
Oh well, that's normal.
But
What else is new?
unfortunately, that's not new. So now we have to come up. First of all, how are we gonna change Trump's ideas about global warming? Because to him, it doesn't exist.
Well, I think now he's going to tour tomorrow. He's going to Florida, which is Monday. Tomorrow's Monday.
Yeah.
And he's going to Florida and tour down there and see the damage firsthand. So we'll see. We'll see.
Will you see what? He went to South and North Carolina with the Florence. As a matter of fact, I have something to say about that. He's a lucky man. First of all, everything started with Stormy Daniel. That's what it was, trouble with the storms. Anyhow. And then he got the storm on the Florence, the storm now Michael on the Pacific side, Sergio, and there was there are so many that I can't even remember the
Right.
names anymore.
And then there was one that hit
So he's
Portugal. Portugal today. The zombie.
Oh yeah,
the
I didn't
zombie,
see that.
Yeah, the zombie Leslie, a hurricane 115 miles an hour hit Portugal, the coast of Portugal.
I never heard of how it could
It never,
hit in Portugal.
It never does. So, anyway, just to end our climate discussion, that I think that yes, there's steps we can take, but also too, these other countries have to get on board, and
Yeah,
and I don't see
very
China
deep.
doing it.
Do you know why?
I don't. It just costs
No,
money.
I'm not even talking about China. I'm talking about poor countries.
Yeah,
They don't have
Yeah,
money
and I know.
to
I know.
go ahead and change
So it's got to be
everything.
a global thing. Global thing.
But that's another situation with Trump.
He pulled out of the Paris Accord.
He-
I know.
He's got a policy of bringing the United States the way the United States was in 1910,
Okay.
110 years ago.
Well, that remains to be seen too. That remains to be seen.
And that's done.
we got the
He's
midterms
against
coming up.
globalization.
Well,
He's
that-
against that.
We got the
We
got
have to
midterms.
change those things.
We got the midterms coming up, and I think on our next show, I
Uh-oh.
believe we're gonna
That's
discuss
going to
the
be a
midterms.
very explosive situation.
And anyway, now we're to our segment, the shame pile segment. Who do you want to shame today?
I think I already said it.
Well-
I don't remember what I said.
Well, who do you want to shame?
That's I did it.
You shaming Trump?
No. As a matter of fact, that's the first week.
You
I
agree with
agree with you.
I must be in the twilight zone. Anyway, my shame.
I said something that I don't remember anymore.
Okay, but
That's what I would shame.
Okay, mine is Saudi Arabia. If they did kill this journalist, they
Oh.
they need to be held accountable for it, because in this day and age, just because you report the news doesn't mean that you're put in harm's way. Unless you're on a battlefield or something. But this is not a battlefield. It was an embassy where you feel safe, and I believe the Saudis
Supposed to be his
should be-
country's
should
embassy.
be held accountable. They should be held accountable. Do you agree with that?
I agree with that. And the problem is, you see, when you see videos from Saudi Arabia, what do you see? What do you see? It means, well, what's the dress they have?
Well, I don't know what the name of it is, but I know what you
I
mean.
don't care
They all
what the name. They look like the way they used to be 1,500 years ago.
I know.
They are still 1,500 years ago. They still had the Sharia
Right.
law in that country. Those people, they didn't even get to the 20th century.
Well, they are now.
I don't think so.
They are now. But that's
They are in the 14th century.
We're going to have a special guest on as soon as we can get him out of his assignments, and he's a Middle East expert, and then we'll further that discussion as soon as we can get him on. So, anyway, that concludes this podcast, Garage Door Politics. I'm Greg.
And I'm Louis.
And we'll see you next week.
We see you next week, and thank you for watching us. Have a good day. See you.